Hi Divine Souls, welcome to Spiritual Swarna 3 YouTube channel. This is channel on spirituality and healing. This is Swarna here, energy based healer. Since last 6 years, I have been practicing various modalities in healing my clients. So I welcome you onto this channel. I thank all my subscribers for subscribing my channel in last few weeks, and thank you for the lovely comments and emails you're sending it to me. Wherever possible, I'm replying to all of the emails and comments. So in case if I have missed any of my comments which were requested by you or any email, please again email me so that I can respond back. Also, anybody who is watching this video for the first time, please go to my all other videos also. It's based on spirituality and healing. So in case if you like it, like, share and subscribe. And today is a topic which is at most requested since last few days. Last week and since the ancestors this month has started in India. So since then I have been receiving a lot of requests for ancestry healing and entity clearances. So I have been busy in doing those two things in last 2 weeks. And today being Amavasya starting at 7:56 today evening and IST time, which I am telling you, and ending at 17th of September at 4:30. So the timing is 7:56 IST on September 16th and ending at 4:29 September 17th IST. Okay, this is a time for Amavasya, which is specially called Mahalaya Amavasya. Basically in the south it is known as Mahalaya Amavasya. I don't know about other regions in India, but this is mainly a very important and very effective day for praying to the ancestors. So this is considered as most out of all the 12 Amavasyas, this is more effective and more connected with the ancestry. And as we are sensing, most of us are already into this dense energies. We have been feeling this dense energies since last almost, I think, 2 weeks. We have been sensing. I have been getting comments and messages saying that they have been seeing their ancestors, their weird dreams. They are getting it and all. So all these dense energies are becoming very denser since last 2 weeks, and today also it's very heavy energy flow. So, and we all know that in olden days nobody used to go to work on full moon day and new moon day. The reason was that it was a dense energy, and they used to utilize this time to practice, do spiritual practices and do puja and do religious works, so that they are able to take the maximum benefit of this full moon and new moon. Also, the mind energies are not stable. As the tides of the oceans are not stable on full moon and new moon, equally even your mind thought patterns, the way you think also differ. That's why most of the psychic people or people with mental imbalance, they go haywire during this new moon and full moon. So many decisions were not made, no business were done on these days in the olden days. That's how they used to manage to balance it. But nowadays what we are doing it, we are following more of British system of holidays, and that is why we are getting holidays on Sundays and we are working on full moon and new moon. But there are certain businesses which are still closed on Amavasya, and that is a new moon, and full moon also they close the businesses. They don't do businesses. Similarly, some people in some customs, they completely shut down themselves and they involve in religious practices. So the intense dense energies don't influence them much. So they are busy in their practices, so which helps them in focusing on their life easily. But as we are evolving and because after post-British era, what is happened is we are more towards the Westernism, and this particular practice has been gone somewhere in the memories. So this is again a request from the request which I got from my subscribers and my inner work people to share few affirmations and how do we pray and how do we do the ancestral healing by self. Okay, this can be done, whatever I am going to share with you, you can do it at your own homes. But the thing is, sometimes our awareness is not that high, so that is when we need to actually look out for a healer who can channel the energies to light up the energies of the ancestors and release them from your space. Okay, release them from their space means it doesn't mean that we are completely removing those energies. It is that the influence of them onto your present life will become minimal, because you're releasing them with awareness, with the awareness and forgiveness. When you are doing all these things with this awareness, definitely the energies will know it and they will stop influencing your present life. Most of the, if you look at Indian society, the way it is formed is more of a combined families. So what has happened is most of the souls, when they leave their body, because of the conditioning and the societal pattern, what has happened is most of them are not satisfied when they leave the body, or they have lot of energy cords attached to the family business, or the siblings, or the next generation and all, or the negative emotions which they carry to the next realm or next reality. So what is happening is these are not, this actually pulls you down and this makes your energy field denser. So what happens when they die, when they're carrying the emotions like hurt feelings, or kind of revengeful feelings, or any anger, any sorrows which they have faced in the third dimension reality, they are becoming denser, and which will not allow their soul to raise up to the lighter realities or dimensions. So what happens, these energies does not get enough energy to liberate themselves from the earth plane. That is what is happening. So what happens, these energies still are around us and they influence through us, because they could not live their life as they wished. They influence that through DNA. And what is DNA? DNA is the information hub of your thought patterns, the information hub, how you generally speak or how you react to a situation, your knowledge about the past which is making you to take decisions, and your thought process, basically how you think, is influenced by the ancestors. More detail is given in my ancestry healing video. Please go through that, and just watch after this. After watching this, you please watch that also. So they have an influence on our space. We all know that. Okay, there are various methods of releasing this. Generally, we opt for puja and religious way of doing it. That is also very good, very efficient. But doing it with awareness and doing with full heart, full emotions for the ancestors is very good. Unconditional love should be there, and it should be released with that emotion. So if anybody is following religious methods of doing ancestry healing, please do it with heartfulness, so that it is helping you in releasing them from your energy space. The negative emotions from your energy space, not them, but their negative impact on your present life. Okay, so follow your belief, follow your religious beliefs, and follow with heart whatever you're doing it. Other way of doing it is the awareness. Okay, what is a pattern which is repeating in your family that should be identified? So what is the thing which is coming? So last week when I was doing this week and last week when I did, there were few cases in which there was a marital rape, domestic abuse and violence, and there were cases where there were sorrows which were not released, and they had unnatural deaths like suicide and murders, and there were black magic cases which were actually influencing the ancestors, and they were carrying those vibrations, and that was indirectly influencing their present generation. So these are also many reasons. There are many reasons. We have to diagnose which is the issue which the family present now, the generation present now is facing. So in my healing, when I am doing the ancestry healing, I will diagnose all those things, and then we will connect with the ancestors and then do the ancestry healing. So as I do spirit communications, I do this ancestry healing also. So that is how you are supposed to do. So in your case, what happens when you are actually doing ancestry healing, get into the identifying the area of healing which is required. So if it is a pattern of relationships, then you have to identify what is the pattern in relationship which is coming. So if you, in case you are always your husband is getting angry onto you, or you are getting very angry onto you, this anger is a pattern. Anger is a pattern. You are behaving the same way again and again. So it's there in your DNA. So we have to heal that thing. If you always get marital abuse, like abuse, domestic abuse, then again this is repeating once and once, even after few days, few years, it is keeping on happening. It's happening with your siblings family, it's happening in your the whole lineage. If you are seeing it, then it is like it's a lineage issue. Then you have to heal that particular issue. So identifying issue is very important. So you have to, with awareness, find out what is the thing which you are actually facing in the present life. Many issues are so well ingrained in you that it is very difficult for you to identify what is the issue. Okay, so that is when you require a healer to help you with. You may think that it is only a relationship issue, but there will be many more issues underneath the relationship issues. So you have to figure out what is that underneath issue, which is very customized and very particular to yourself. If you are able to identify such issues and able to heal them, it's the best thing. Okay, you can do it with affirmations. Affirmations are nothing but your thought process which you are putting in a lot of energy, so it is becoming strong, and through subconscious mind you are sending it to the ancestors. Okay, because we all know that we are all frequencies vibrating at different vibration, and everything is vibrating at a certain frequency, and even ancestors are vibrating at a certain frequency. So for example, if you have a grandfather connected to you, so if you are thinking about him, then automatically you are vibrating from your energy field and connecting to that frequency of your grandfather. Okay, so that's how you're supposed to connect, and that's how you're supposed to identify the emotion which is actually affecting your family. The moment you identify the pattern which is happening in your family, your half problem is solved, because you know what you have to release to. One more thing what I have observed in the people is generally what they do is they are operating out of fear. When they are actually communicating with, they are thinking about ancestral healing, they are having a lot of fear. They are thinking that in case if ancestors are angry, our life will be hell like this, or this problem will be looking like a bigger than the problem is. It's not like that. Okay, it's because we are actually operating from their influence on our DNA. That's why we are saying it. We can change our thought patterns, we can change the link which we have between them and us through gratitude and through unconditional love. When we are doing some religious act of doing ancestral healing or any other way of doing it, the main thing, two things which you have to keep in mind is the gratitude. You should be always vibrating at gratitude. You should have immense gratitude towards your ancestors. Gratitude is the very highest of highest vibration. You have to keep it. But if you are doing it with fear, that because the ancestors are angry onto you, that's why you are supposed to do this puja or do this ancestral healing, that will not work out. Don't try to act from the lower vibrations. So always act from the gratitude point of view, and also from unconditional love. Most of us, we don't know more than one generation. So your father generation and your grandfathers, but we are connected energetically, so you can connect with them with intention. Okay, and 7 generations are influencing our present generation. So we have to connect to all those generations which have a direct influence or indirect influence on the present generation. It will happen only automatically when you think about that and you connect to them in mind level. Automatically you are connected to that particular frequency, or a number of frequencies, a number of ancestors, you can connect to them. And unconditional love is such a frequency where all problems will be solved, all patterns will be solved. So you have to keep sending the unconditional love towards the ancestors. There should not be any hatred, any fear, any lower emotions, anger, or anything which is any sorrow which they have created in your thing. If you are vibrating at these lower vibrations, it's very difficult to go into the next step of feeling. Otherwise, what happens? You are actually vibrating and cutting your vibration from them. They will not connect with you. Trust your intuition. When you say that you are connected to this particular frequency or you are connected to this particular ancestors, trust your intuition. Many people say, "Madam, how do I connect with them? Are they connecting to me?" Or trust your intuition. If you are thinking about somebody, it's not that out of blue you are thinking. It means that their frequency is there somewhere around you. Okay, so that is why they are coming into your thought forms. So that is how you connect to the other realm ancestors. Some things which I thought I'll suggest you during this Mahalaya Amavasya. So first thing is, there's a new moon day on the Amavasya day. Main thing is, it is considered in India, as per the spiritual science, it is a day of Shiva, Lord Shiva. So you can chant mantras related to Shiva energy. So like Om Namah Shivaya or Mahamrityunjay mantra, you can keep chanting those things for your own spiritual evolution. Apart from that, you can do your regular meditations and spiritual practices which you keep doing it. I suggest to avoid non-vegetarian food because that blocks somewhere the energies. So I suggest not to take non-vegetarian food. There are many ifs, buts, and a lot of confusion around non-vegetarian food. I would like not to go in depth of this particular thing, but this is my personal belief. And in some religious beliefs, they actually suggest for non-vegetarian food, which you can do if your religious beliefs are as per your satisfaction and it resonates to you. You can follow that. Donate things, donate food, donate fruits and vegetables. Fruits in the, you can donate in the to the priest or to the needy people. You can donate fruits, and you can follow the religious way of releasing ancestry karma. And it's not about releasing karma only, it's also for seeking the blessings. So it is not always that you have something negative from them. There are ancestors who are operating from light, there are ancestors operating from darkness. There are ancestors who have achieved liberation, or they have done enough spiritual work in their lifetime so that they are vibrating at a light frequency. So there are ancestors operating from light, so you will also get blessings from them. It's not always a disconnection, it's always the connection also. You are connecting to them and seeking blessings from the light realm. Okay, as I said, trust your intuition, connect to them in the mind, connect to them to the in the mind. It's easy the moment you think that you belong to this particular lineage and you are remembering them, they are there for you, and whatever you say, they are going to listen to you. Pray to them. There is nothing like prayer. So prayer is coming from heart. Prayer doesn't require a systematic words, right? Everybody has a different way of praying, a different way of connecting from heart. So you have to connect from the heart to all your ancestors. That is what I suggest, the main thing. So you have to pray from the heart. Best thing is to go on silence. Silence is one particular activity. When you do it, the contemplation, you enter into contemplating your own self. When you are in a silence mode, what happens? You are going in depth of your own awareness and finding out what are the thought patterns which are actually dominating, disturbing, or not necessary for you. So silence will invoke and make you understand the things which are running into your mind. So contemplation will happen automatically when you are in a silence. So try to observe most of the time silence. Avoid any unnecessary friction of words that you can do. If in case you cannot stay silent, no arguments, no discussions, just try to withdraw yourself from the arguments as such. Stay calm, stay stable, and stay in your energies. It will also help you in saving your own energy, mental and physical energy also. It will allow you, because you are not getting into any thought forms, and thoughts also drain you very well. So in case if you are doing a lower vibrational thoughts, definitely it drains your energy. So it will save a lot of your energy. It will also keep you in a balanced state. So when you're in silence, a lot of the things will be in a balanced state. You know what to do, what not to do, what to do in what ratio. So it's sometimes what to talk in what ratio is also very important. It's not that you're keeping on talking and losing your energy. You will know where to balance relationships, where to balance everything. So that will help you. It will also ground you back. Being in silence also will ground you back into your soul. So you will understand the more of soul purpose, getting into inside your own self and understanding your own self. Okay, that is very important. So silence, if you can maintain throughout the day, tomorrow and from tonight, if you can maintain the silence, is well and good. It will help you in identifying the thought patterns. Also sending a healing will be much more than, because you're saving the energy of the soul. So then when you vibrate that energy, it is going to be much more purified. And whoever is coming to help, seek help from you during this particular period, so try to help them, because it is good if you are helping someone. It is somewhere that they're approaching you, means they have some connection with you in collective, and that's why they're doing it. So now is the most important part of the video, where I'm coming to the affirmations. These are very generic affirmations which I am giving it to you. I'll be putting it in the either the description box or in the comment section, so you can copy it on and you can keep reciting it. It is again very generic. I am very particular because for everyone it is a different affirmation which should be actually given, and based on their pattern of belief, how they have the blockages in the ancestral healing, what is the areas of issue has to be diagnosed. According to that, the affirmation can be given. But yet I figured out some generic affirmations so that I can share with you all, so that you can do it tomorrow. See, first affirmation is a forgiveness. Forgiveness is a very high vibration. So when you forgive ancestors and for anything karmic connections they have with you or you have with them, so when you're doing two-way forgiveness in your mind, automatically you're vibrating at a higher level, and those patterns, thoughts, karmic bondages are getting cleared. Okay, so that will help in your spiritual and material ascension also, in growth also. So this is the first affirmation which I am giving. I forgive myself and my ancestors across all time, space, dimensions and realities. So I'll just put in the comment section. And second thing which I told was gratitude. Gratitude is very high vibration. So always when you're thinking about your ancestors, this body what you have got is because of the ancestors, because you shared this body, cellular structure, the DNA from your ancestors. So it's very important. You are there here because they could share that with you. So you should show immense gratitude for them to give this beautiful body to you. So this is one important affirmation which I suggest to keep saying is my soulful gratitude to my ancestors for honoring me, blessing me and guiding on my path. So it is very important that we honor their contribution to us through giving this body and helping us, guiding us, honoring us and blessing us. Even though people, if they are not psychic, they cannot sense it, but otherwise also there are a lot of energies which are actually supporting our life on earth. So apart from guardian angels, apart from spirit guides, and there are some ancestors who are also supporting us and helping us in our spiritual growth. As I keep saying, earth is a place where we do our spiritual growth is focused. We are a spiritual being on this physical body. So ancestors also help in our spiritual growth. So we should be very thankful and grateful for them for honoring, blessing and guiding us on this path. So there are many ancestors we may not know, so only energy wise, frequency wise we can connect to them and seek their blessings. One more affirmation is I am blessed with ancestral blessing and love. This is also very important this thing, because you are going to do all the affirmations in a present tense. So you have to say I am blessed with ancestral blessing and love. So whatever may be the things which between you and your ancestor, karmic patterns, karmic bondages or whatever it is, you are saying that you are blessed and loved by them. Automatically that frequency will be carried out. Next thing is, it is again very specific. If you feel resonated, please do it. If you don't feel resonated, please avoid this thing. I choose to release myself from any oaths, vows, promises taken by me this lifetime or any lifetime with my ancestors, not serving highest good of all souls. So here in this you're choosing, I choose to release myself from any oaths, vows, promises taken by me this lifetime or any lifetime with my ancestors, not serving highest good of all souls. So there are, if in case you have taken any oaths and vows you are not able to fulfill and it is actually obstructing your present life, which you may or may not be aware with the present awareness right now in this particular body, this particular incarnation. So you can allow yourself to release those vows taken by you across any lifetimes. So you can consciously let go of them so that your life at present becomes very peaceful in those areas where you have taken your own oaths, vows and promises which you are not able to fulfill because you don't remember them or because of any other reason. And it should happen to the highest good of all souls. If it is any promises which are positive in nature and very inclined to the growth of all souls, then you can release them with present awareness. So these are some affirmations which I thought I'll share with you will help you. Stay calm. As the energies are becoming denser, there is a lot of planetary shifts happening, retrogrades happening, shuffling of lot of energy, and this is resulting in a lot of mental imbalances. Whatever may be the things, but still you have an option to stay calm and choose peace and love always, than choosing anger and hatred. So always and sorrows, don't be in a sorrow, worry, all these vibrations which are very low. So always choose to be happy, always choose to be joyful, always choose to be in unconditional love. The moment you choose that unconditional love, universe will conspire to make it happen. Okay, so the main thing is, the moment you say you are going to vibrate at happiness, you're going to vibrate at unconditional love, you're going to be operating from joy, only those things will come. But if you focus more on anger, hatred issues, anything which is negative and low vibrating, then definitely you're going to pull down your vibration. Also make sure that with whom you talk, because some people are very not with so much of awareness, rather I say this. So if you talk to such kind of people also, you may tend to absorb, because especially healers and twin flames and empaths are the ones who pick up the energies. So many a times I have also observed that when I'm talking with somebody who is very kind of a low awareness level, automatically I pick up their emotions, I understand something is wrong, which is I am picking it up, because I am very sensitive person. As I am healer since last 6 years, I have been into this healing practices. So most of us are very empaths and we are very sensitive, and that's the reason we pick up those emotions. So tomorrow try to stay calm, be in silence, so that you don't interact with such kind of any low vibrating energies, so that your mental imbalance is stable. Okay, and take care of yourself. In case anything I can help you with, please email me at acuswarna@gmail.com. I'll be giving the details into my description box. You can contact me for ancestry healing, you can contact me for inner child healing, and there are a lot of modalities which I practice, hypno commands, and a lot of other things which I do for helping entity clearings, and a lot of other things. So in case if you're interested in any inner work for twin flames, I do teach inner work for twin flames, and I do chakra healing. I do chakra healing for others, and also I teach chakra meditations. So anyway, if anybody is interested, I can help them in with that. And also if you have any issues related to money blocks, because we all keep saying that we are not able to do this course or do anything else because I don't have money. If you're thinking like that, so you can contact me. I'll be doing your diagnosis, energy field diagnosis, and also I'll be suggesting you with the money block affirmation to remove the money block. That will help you to remove your money block, and you can do what you wish to do without having any money restrictions onto you. So hopefully you like this video. In any case I can help you, please get in touch with me. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you.